as far as the decision today is concerned, it's important to remember that the Election Commission of Pakistan could not have disqualified Imran Khan or anybody else from the PTI, nor could the Election Commission have dissolved the PTI. All the Election Commission could have done is ask the PTI to show cause as to why the PTI should not be asked or why funds that the PTI received illegally should not be confiscated in terms of Article 6 of the Political Parties Order. So it's important to remember that this is all the Election Commission could have done. And all that can be done against the PTI by the Election Commission is confiscation of the funds that it received illegally. This is, however, not to say that the PTI cannot be acted against in terms of other laws. So, for example, if you look at paragraph 46 of the ECP's decision, it states that PTI's chairman, Mr. Imran Khan, had submitted declarations to the ECP, but those declarations that the PTI had acted lawfully and that the PTI was in compliance with all applicable electoral laws, that those declarations were inconsistent with the accounting record, and those declarations were inaccurate. So those declarations can now be taken to a court of competent jurisdiction, which will be the Islamabad High Court or the Supreme Court of Pakistan, any High Court, in fact, or the Supreme Court of Pakistan, and other political parties may ask Mr. Imran Khan to be disqualified in terms of Article 62(1)(f). And we have seen in the past, in the case of Nawaz Sharif and Jahangir Tareen, where a sworn affidavit has been submitted, or where a person has misdeclared their assets, or has concealed any information from the Election Commission, those may be grounds for their disqualification under Article 62(1)(f) of the Constitution of Pakistan. So unlike the view that has been taken by some PTI supporters, I believe that the PTI's troubles are far from over, and this decision is only the beginning of PTI's legal challenges. In the immediate aftermath of this decision, there are three consequences that will emanate from this decision. The first one is that PTI will be asked to show cause as to why such funds should not be confiscated. So the first obvious implication of this might be the confiscation of the funds that the party received illegally. The second one is, as we just spoke about, that the former Prime Minister Imran Khan, as the chairman of the PTI, may be disqualified under Article 62(1)(f) of the Constitution if it is found that he willfully concealed certain information from the Election Commission. The third consequence that may emanate from this decision is that the government may trigger Article 15 of the Political Parties Order. So Article 15 of the Political Party Order states that where a party is foreign funded, the federal government, which at this point we know comprises parties like the pml-n and the People's Party, the federal government may publish a notification in the official gazette, a declaration in the official gazette stating that a party is foreign funded, and then transmit that declaration to the Supreme Court within 15 days. And then the Supreme Court decides or determines whether or not a party is indeed a foreign funded party. And where the Supreme Court concludes that that party is immediately dissolved. So I believe that I don't want to prejudice the court's opinion, and I don't want to give any comments on whether or not this will be a plausible claim before the Supreme Court. But at this point in time, there are a number of implications and ramifications that may follow and emanate from the ECP's decision. So as I said earlier, I believe this is only the beginning of the PTI's legal challenges. Well, as far as Article 62(1)(f) of the Constitution is concerned, not only the government, but any individual, including you or I, could approach a court of competent jurisdiction and ask them to declare that Mr. Imran Khan is no longer honest and ameen in terms of Article 62(1)(f) because he has submitted incorrect, false, and misleading statements before the Election Commission of Pakistan. So it does not have to be the government. Any person, any citizen of Pakistan can now approach a court of competent jurisdiction and seek Mr. Imran Khan's disqualification. The role of the federal government, however, is important when it comes to Article 15 of the Political Parties Order of 2002, because under that particular article, it is only the federal government that can publish a declaration in the official gazette stating that a political party is foreign funded, and that after that, the federal government, as we discussed earlier as well, will have to transmit that declaration to the Supreme Court. So there are two important proceedings that can emanate over here. As far as Article 62(1)(f) is concerned, any citizen of Pakistan can approach the courts with respect to that article. But the role of the federal government is extremely important in terms of declaring that the PTI is now a foreign funded party, and that can pave the way for the PTI's dissolution. And given the political climate in the country right now, given the political tensions that have engulfed the country over the last few months, I would be extremely surprised if the government does not use this verdict and do all it can against the PTI.